benefits go from the military member to their children, and they can actually use a Texas state-funded program to help kids go to college. One of the other things that people don't talk a lot about also with the military is the retirement benefits that are available. I'm a retired veteran, so therefore I've got 20 years in. I collect a pension from the United States government every single month for the 20 years that I did. Pensions in today's workforce are very limited, so this is a very unique thing to be able to get hold of. I talk about the military academies because I'm a believer. That's the United States Air Force Academy Chapel. And the academics at the military academies are consistently ranked in the top of all of the nation. These are 12% around an acceptance rate just to get into one of the universities, one of the academies. And let me just tell you a little bit about the process to get into one of the military academies. You have to pass a pretty strenuous academic testing program. You've got to be nominated by your congressman or your senator. So that process alone is very difficult. For instance, I'm the chairman of Senator Cruz's Military Academy Nominating Board. We start off with 1,000 applications, and the senator will nominate probably one person to the Air Force Academy, one person to the Military Academy, and one to the Naval Academy, and then several to Coast Guard Academy. It is a very competitive process to get in there. So that needs to, if you are interested in going to the Military Academy, academics is crucial, but also getting the right recommendations are important. The academies, as I mentioned also, they do more than just the academics. There's the beyond the classroom training that you get. You get leadership skills, you get leadership seminars, you get speakers that come out who are leaders in business, they're leaders in industry, they're leaders in the military. You get exposure to folks who are world-renowned that want to come to the military academies and teach cadets. I mentioned the Reserve Officer Training Corps. There is a college to career pipeline that occurs. So you can go to a ROTC program at a college, get tuition paid for, and then go straight into the military from there. And so what that does is it's got you the financial support, it gives you experience, but then it also gives you the leadership that I was talking about, not at one of the military academies. You get a lot of the same kind of leadership development that you would, but just in a different environment. And then it gives you a career. You have a guaranteed career after. If the military wants to put the money into you, they want to get you to come back and be with them. These programs are available at universities all over the United States also. Okay, how does military experience make you workforce ready? I kind of covered some of these things are pretty easy if you're a pilot. That translates directly to a civilian workforce. If you're a tank driver in the Army, that is not a transferable skill, but there are lots of other skills that are out there. One of the big things that is happening right now is the military is very IT savvy, and so there's a lot of training programs you can get through the military that you can actually come back here to College and get credits for the different classes you may have taken or the on-the-job training that's occurred. But also, that's the type of training that companies want to have. They need people that have that IT training. They need people who have skills, and they've already proven their ability to be a good worker through the military. Professional companies want to see folks from the military. They want the leadership skills that you have developed. They want to see your professional competencies, and they know you're a known commodity. So the military is a great way to be workforce ready. Spend a few years working in the military, and then come on out and join the workforce. You see right here, 87% of the Fortune 500 companies have a prioritized veteran hiring. They have veteran hiring programs specifically to bring people in from the military into their particular company. One of the things that is also valued is many positions in the military have security clearances. And there are all kinds of companies here, even in the DFW area, that value that security clearance highly. So if you come out of the military with security clearance, you go to work for Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, any number of other private industries, and they will pay you more just for the fact you have a security clearance. So look, we talked a little bit about some of the things you gain in the military, the leadership, the discipline, resilience. They're all advantages. They're going to carry with you for the rest of your life. You have made, in most cases, you get more ability to make high-level decision-making as a young person in the military than you would ever get in a corporation. As a young lieutenant, 28 years old, I commanded 4 airplanes with thousands of pounds of bombs. I could take them all around the world, and then I was trusted to employ them in the correct way. Same thing for platoon commanders in the Army or Navy leaders. So that's the accelerated responsibility. They trust you at a young age to do the right thing, and that gives you a set of skills that can't be matched in the civilian world. Adaptability. Yeah, absolutely. I just mentioned, you travel the world, you get put in all kinds of different positions. You have to be adaptable, and that is one of the things that a military leader does, is you adapt to the different environments that you're put in. And then the final thing is the military culture demands continuous development. You cannot rest on your laurels. You must constantly be training and developing, and that is part of the entire institution. The military is the best training institute that you can have. There's a constant level of training for each member of the military. So the perspective that I'd like to leave with you guys now, I'm the mayor of one of the fastest growing communities in all of North Texas. And I'd be happy to hire military veterans to work in our community. This is an area where police, fire, public works, we want folks who are in the have come out of the military for all those leadership skills that I talked about. Someone with leadership from the military is going to advance much quicker in most every organization because of their leadership skills that they've developed as part of the military. The military veterans are going to excel across public sector, service industries, because of their versatility, adaptability, and their training that they've had. We also talk, if you've ever been on a military base, it's a little city. Basically, there's a base commander who's like the city manager of our towns today. But every military base has to have a commander. They got to have their water system, they got to have their sewage system, they got to have streets, and they've got to have fire, all those kind of things. So they're little mini cities in and of itself. So if you worked in the military and you become proficient in some of these skills, you can easily translate that into municipal work also. You can see also here in North Texas, we're in desperate need of qualified workforce in every industry. So coming out of the military, you can do almost anything you want to do here in North Texas. So what are the opportunities? Right here at Collin College, you have a Veterans Resource Center, I think just building next door. That's your first stop. Go visit with them. They'll give you the guidance to tell you where to go, what your opportunities are, and really sit down and give you some ideas of what's available to you. You use those resources and then make your plan from there. You can go enlist, or you can go on to officer training. I think that same department can actually help you calculate the benefits you would gather by joining the military. So go visit with the resource center, see what's available for you, see what you're qualified for. And that's right there at the bottom of the slide. So, and they can also get you hooked up with our local military. So it is Veterans Week. So I want to make sure that I share with you guys, I'm going to give you my perspective as a veteran and share that with you. So it's not just about the benefits that you can get out of being a veteran. You can do a lot of these things as a civilian. But I'm going to just read to you for a moment my thoughts on what being a veteran really is. And it's not about excitement in combat. It's about waiting in fear. It's not about heroics and extraordinary feats. It's about daily preparation and training. It's not just the joyous celebration of crowds. It's the loneliness of being away from families during the holidays, not once but many different times. It's not all about glory and honor, but it's the grim realization that the next day you may be called upon to do something you did not think you could do. It's making the mundane and routine into a duty and a calling, and that's what it means to be a veteran. It means you're willing to put on a uniform and serve your fellow countrymen and women. It all means that if you're called upon, you will fight. You will run, you will strive, and you will do your best to do your duty. It means that you are willing to give your life for the things you hold dear. You're willing to do this for the benefit of others. If you do this and survive, you go home. That's who I want to honor today as we talk about Veterans Week and our veterans. So there's a lot of benefits to being a veteran. You don't have to be one to appreciate what a veteran has done to make our country the greatest country in the world. So with that, thank you very much, and I will answer any question you might have.